Yo, 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 what's good, everyone? It's your boy GD, the sports actor, and we are here. We are finally here, people. The New York Knicks are in the playoffs. And yes, we knew we would be in the playoffs sitting at third for most of the regular season, but we are finally here. First game one today against the Detroit Pistons, who have locked in their spot at 6. So we have the 51-31 record for the New York Knicks of this 2024-2025 season, locking in 51 wins. Congratulations, boys. Going to get up against the Detroit Pistons, who are 44-38 on the season. Guys, this is going to be a very exciting matchup. Not only is it going to be exciting because the Detroit Pistons, I believe, were the first team to ever jump up the way that they did. I mean, they started off the regular season horribly and continued to push, continued to battle, started getting better as mid-season approached and carried that energy into the end of the season. And now the Detroit Pistons are in the playoffs sitting at 6, which is very impressive. You know, they worked hard to battle. They have a good young squad led by Cade Cunningham, who just continues, every season to improve, not only as a playmaker, but he continues to improve as a scorer. I think right now he's averaging about 30 points, which is, great for the Pistons. But is that going to be enough to go up against the Knicks? No. No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. So, although they've stepped up their game, and they do look good, and they've beaten us in the regular season 3-1, I believe we are currently right now sitting against the Detroit Pistons when it comes to the regular season. But that's the regular season. This is the playoffs. Okay. And although both of these teams have had a history of getting to the playoffs, both teams are familiar with the playoffs, the New York Knicks have done better in the playoffs. We've gone farther in the playoffs. And that's currently with the team that we hold now. And that's not even taking into account the new acquisitions that we have through Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, these are some dogs that we've added to the mix. A healthy Mitchell Robinson. A bench that actually has a lot of good depth. I mean, this is going to be a great test for the Detroit Pistons. I'll tell you that. And a lot of people continue to be shaky about the New York Knicks, and I don't know where the shakiness comes from. But I do know that when it comes to this playoff run, I'd like to think that it's very impressive that the Knicks have made it this far, stayed this consistent with the new acquisitions that they have. I mean, the guys blended together and worked together pretty well right off the jump. There were games in there where, needed to figure some things out or, it didn't click, especially when it comes to the top teams in the NBA. I believe we're 11-1 against these teams: Boston, OKC, Cleveland. But hey, the record still stands. And, what I also do enjoy about these playoff runs when it comes down to these these series, is that not only is it, team versus team, fan base versus fan base, player versus player, it's coach versus coach. And you can't tell me that if you give our coach, Tom Thibodeau, a team to focus on for a 7-game series, that he's not going to drop the best strategy plan that he can to not only shut down the other team, but to make sure that his team thrives. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be betting against that. So for that reason, I really do like the Knicks in this series. Not only do I like them in this series, as I stated before, I think it's going to be a sweep. If not a sweep, I see the Pistons winning 2 games. I see them winning 2 games if this does not turn out to be a sweep. But I'm really excited to see, certain matchups. We have Cade Cunningham probably going to be matched up against Jalen Brunson. With that matchup specifically, although Cade Cunningham is a great defender, bigger than Brunson, might present a little bit of trouble with the agile quickness that Jalen Brunson presents. I really think that it's a great matchup for us. I mean, Cade Cunningham could be in early foul trouble if he persists too much or if he tries to strap down Jalen Brunson too heavily. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. The Brunson burner knows how to heat it up and get you in foul trouble to where now you have to back off because it's already the second quarter and you're already at 3 fouls. So, super excited to see how that matchup fares. When Jalen Brunson does need rest, it'll be smart for the New York Knicks to utilize Delon Wright in this situation. I know we like to come in with McBride and Cameron Payne, but I really do not want to lose a lead because Cade Cunningham is all of a sudden going off on some of our smaller point guards when Jalen Brunson is not in the game. Super excited to see what happens with Asir Thompson, and who he decides to match up against. He plays great defense, but I do believe we have a lot of other players, including Josh Hart, who can expose that. Since he's so defensively focused, he doesn't really score as effectively as he could. And so with that, whoever he's matched up against, I'd like to think that the other person just needs to score more because Josh Hart can play just as good of defense, better defense than Asir Thompson. The scoring is just the only thing that would help elevate, the win to our favor. You're putting up more points, while you're playing just the same amount of shutdown defense. I mean, it's only math at that point that it would only contribute to our side. So I really would like to see Josh Hart go out there and, expose the rookie, utilize some of his playoff experience and some of his experience in the NBA and, just expose that matchup. Really excited to see what happens with Jalen Duren up against Cat. Cat is one of the best quick feet centers that I've seen. I mean, he's truly a power forward, but we have him at center, switching out with Mitchell Robinson. But Cat is just very quick on his feet, and he exposes a lot of centers, whether he's pump faking, whether he's shooting that 3-point from the outside perimeter, whether he's driving in because you went for the pump fake and he's just faster than you at that point. Just a lot that he brings to the table. And, of course, you have OG Anunoby, who I just hope continues to shine. After, he came back from injury, really just stepped up and elevated his game and just looked like a refreshed player. And OG Anunoby came back strong, shooting well from the perimeter, playing great defense when it comes to blocking, steals. And I'm super excited for this matchup. As you can tell, we got the ice, we got the jewels. You hear how heavy it is, and we repping El Capitan. Got the Brunson burner, repping the squad. So super excited, as I've said, super excited for this matchup, and hope you guys are too. But that's just a little bit of a breakdown for Game 1. I think the Knicks are going to win this one in a good, strong fashion. Whether the odds look like they'd have to win by over 8 points to beat the spread. Spread is at 7.5. Could they do it? I truly believe that the Knicks could do it. There's nothing suggesting that they couldn't win this by 8 points, especially if they're scoring well, scoring from the outside perimeter well, and just, holding a lead and maintaining it. They easily could do that. So if you're going to, put a little wager on today, definitely would go for the Knicks money line. Although it's not going to win you that much. We'll probably have to wait till another series like this, Boston Celtics, for the Knicks to have any great odds. But hey, at the end of the day, that's all that I got, and we're going to continue to run these for each of these games in this playoff run. We're going to stick with our boys and continue rooting them on. So if you're in Detroit, if you're in New York, if you're out here in LA like me, if you're out here anywhere and you're a Knicks fan, it's time, baby. It's not only blue skies out there. Yup, I see the orange. It's orange and blue skies for sure. All right, well, let's get it, and appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Do what you got to do, or just watch and enjoy as I continue to push these out, all right? Well, appreciate you guys, and have a good one. And as always, let's go Knicks.